everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of Abby Has Questions. Once again, I am Daniel.
I'm Abby.
And, in case you haven't realized the premise of this video series, I'm a giant nerd.
That's true.
I have you can see here on camera, I have a giant head, which you say is full of useless knowledge.
It's true.
And, anytime we watch something or see someone or anything, I know, like names of actors, I know tidbits, I know comic book stuff, all this nerd stuff that there's not a lot of use for. And Jeopardy, sure. But if all the categories were nerd stuff, man, I would clean up. We'd be fine. But a lot of times I drag you to stuff, or I make you watch TV shows that have to do with comic books or science fiction. And oftentimes you have questions.
Most of the time.
Right. And we have found that in our daily life, other people also sometimes people have questions, spouses that may not be as into this. So this is a video service to you. So what we are going to do this time, I'm very excited this episode. Just last week, the brand new Rogue One trailer came out for the next Star Wars movie, and it's awesome. You've seen nothing, not a frame. You don't know anything about it.
No.
Okay.
I know it's Star Wars. That's it.
That's fine. So since this came out on Friday, I've watched it probably 50 times. I have. It's great. What? I have watched video breakdowns of
50 times?
Yeah. It's great. It is everything I want in a Star Wars film, and I'm very excited for it. So, this one in particular, it's kind of dense, so we may have to watch it twice before you start asking your questions. So, I'm going to put a link here. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go watch it while we're watching it, and then come back, and then I'm sure Abby will have some questions.
I'm sure I will.
All right. Let's fire it up. Let's go.
Okay.
51 for me. Yeah. All right. What do you think?
Well, who are all those people?
Fair enough.
There's no one I recognize.
There should be some people you sort of recognize, but we'll get into that right now.
Is Poe one of them?
Poe is not.
Was that his dad?
Not that we know of.
I bet it's his dad.
We don't. We know Poe's mom's name from a comic book, but we don't know who Poe's dad is. So
is that Poe's mom, Jenna?
No. So this movie takes place sort of out of sequence. So this is in between 3 and 4.
Okay.
So 4 was the original Star Wars in 1977. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, the first Death Star.
Okay.
So do you remember at the beginning of that Star Wars movie, Princess Leia puts the Death Star plans in R2-D2 and says, take care of these. And the whole movie is trying to get the
I do remember that
plans back to the rebellion so that they can blow up the Death Star.
she steals the plans.
So this movie, that's right, is kind of a war movie, heist movie that takes place. This is the group that is going to steal...
Like Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because that first thing where it says, state your name, like, that's the first line in Ocean's 11.
I'm a genius.
Which is kind of crazy. So
I'm a natural, and I don't even know it.
The actress that plays the lead in this was the wife in The Theory of Everything. Her name is Felicity Jones.
Oh yeah, she was very good.
Yeah. We saw Forrest Whitaker in there.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
Yep. So you asked me if that one lady was Cersei. That is actually the young version of Mon Mothma, who was
the bug lady, the big eye lady.
Big eye lady.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the cave lady in the last Star Wars.
Oh, you're thinking of Maz.
But then it makes sense because she got really small.
She got very small, yeah.
And got really big eyes.
So Mon Mothma was the lady who did the rebel briefing in Return of the Jedi to blow up that second Death Star, where she said many Bothans died to give us this information. So this same actress that plays it in this trailer was supposed to play that character in Episode 3, but was cut out. She's in a deleted scene. So they brought her back to be Mon Mothma in this, which is very cool because if there's a lot of people that have done these side-by-side comparisons of the original actress from Return of the Jedi and this lady, and then, you know, what she looked like when she was supposed to be in episode 3, and the progression is stunning. It is casting gold, whoever did that. So there was a kind of a lot to take in. There's a bunch of new stormtroopers that we've never seen before.
I've never seen black stormtroopers.
That's right.
I haven't, have I? Like, is that
not officially? There have been, you know, there's certainly TIE pilots, which are black.
Yeah.
And we've seen, like in comic books, and they've kind of retconned it back into, retroactively changed the continuity, sorry, that there have been some black stormtroopers. But on film, in a movie, we've never seen them before. So these guys are rumored to be called, like, Death Troopers. They look kind of...
So are the white stormtroopers still bad?
Yes, absolutely.
And the Death Troopers are badder. We saw some, like, Desert Troopers, too. I liked when the one stormtrooper was just getting cold contact. I was like, wow, all right.
So yeah, that guy who started beating him up with sticks, that's Donnie Yen, who is huge overseas as an actor and as a fight choreographer.
I know.
So I know you do. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I don't even know why we do these things, quite frankly. You know it all.
I do.
And again, he's, you know, spoilers, kind of, but we don't know. He's rumored to be a blind character. So
like Stick.
Like Stick in Daredevil. That's right. Very good.
I was going to tell you.
Yes.
It also felt a bit like she was bad. Jenna? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Jen?
Yeah.
Jenny
from the block.
It felt a little bit like that she got captured for doing something bad, and then they're giving her another. Is it like Argus?
Wow, look at you pulling stuff from other
notes.
sources. Very nice, very nice. Well, yeah, I mean, so it sounds like she's been in trouble with both the Imperials and possibly the Rebellion, just being kind of squirrely because she was abandoned.
That's not an excuse.
I'm not saying it's an excuse.
You choose your own destiny.
Look, I'm telling you just what the information we know in here. But then that very last shot, we see her turn around and she's wearing full TIE fighter pilot.
Oh, is that
outfit.
What that was?
Yeah.
I wondered.
But with some kind of like billy clubs on her back, which look kind of cool. So
she takes them out.
We don't know. Maybe she's in disguise. Maybe she turns to the dark side. We just don't know. That's questions that we all have.
One thing I didn't see was any droids.
There were some droids, actually. So in the very beginning, when you first see her kind of walking across that landing bay and the guy in the helmet. So that guy in the helmet was like the original Rebel fleet troopers we saw in the beginning of episode 4 when you first see stormtroopers come in. There's like a laser battle when they grab the blockade runner. Just trust me. And then that hangar base looked like Yavin 4, which was the base they all took off to blow up the Death Star from. So there's an R5 unit in there, which are these guys with kind of the square heads, like R5-D4.
Oh, boy.
There was a gonk droid or a power droid, which we've seen in almost all the Star Wars movies.
Were there any mouse droids?
I did not see any mouse droids. But then we saw a droid running very, very fast.
Oh, boy.
Like kind of a biped. And as I understand it, that droid is probably going to be Alan Tudyk's character. He's a motion capture character, which is an Imperial droid that has been reprogrammed by the Rebellion. So it's the first time I've ever seen a droid like really running, hauling ass. So
I really feel like this episode is really not me asking any questions. It's just you vomiting.
You had a question. You said you didn't see any droids.
One question.
Ed, are there any other questions?
No, I think you covered it all.
We saw that one villain in kind of the white outfit with the big long cape.
Mm-hmm. His coat was gonna get dirty.
His coat was gonna get a little muddy in the water. That's Ben Mendelsohn, who we know as the kind of sleazy brother in Bloodline. a show that we like.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't see his face.
I think, as I understand it, he's going to be some kind of villain. But there's other, like, crazy
Coach Taylor going to be in it with him? As his brother?
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes. We recommend Bloodline on Netflix, too. It's a very good show. Season 2 starting very soon. So we saw that guy. We saw some Emperor Royal Guards at one point. We saw a thing that kind of looked like a Bacta tank.
A what?
A Bacta. You remember when Luke gets, attacked by the Wampa, and then he's floating in that thing in his underpants in Empire Strikes Back? It was kind of a healing chamber. He's floating in a big tube of water. So we saw something that kind of looked like that.
I didn't realize it had an exact name.
It does. Everything has an exact name in the Star Wars universe. It does. I'm sorry.
How do you know all this?
I just do. There's a toy of it that you can fill with water and put a little Luke in there. That's fun.
In his panties.
In his old panties, yes. Yes.
Oh.
So we also saw some cool sort of prototype AT-ATs walking in the...
Those are prototypes?
Yeah, they're slightly different. Their heads are kind of different. And they look like the ones we just saw in the Star Wars Rebels animated series. So they don't have the side guns like we were used to in Empire Strikes Back. Their ears, as it were. Sure, that's fine.
I look at the edits as kind of like dogs.
I know you do. I know you love them. So yeah, they're kind of, because this is pre-Empire Strikes Back technology, they're slightly different. So it's just a nice little touch.
It's really thoughtful.
But it's neat. Yeah, and you made reference when we were watching it. You said that one sound is annoying when it said coming this December.
It's like that weird alarm.
Yeah, so that is the Death Star alarm that we've heard in episodes 4 and 6. Like usually when the Death Star is getting ready to shoot and blow stuff up, they sound that alarm kind of like, hey, we're going to start destroying planets and stuff. So that was a cool callback. When I first saw that on Friday, I got chills when that sound went off. I was like, oh, come on!
I just was a little like...
I know, you were like, what's that sound, you guys? But
it's
classic Stormtroopers,
Stormtroopers,
there's so much stuff in this trailer that I'm looking forward to. And this is just the first teaser. There's so much more we're going to learn.
You're very excited.
I am very excited by this because this is my Star Wars universe. This is not prequel thing. I liked episode 7, but like this is rock solid in my Star Wars universe. I'm 7 years old again, and it's awesome.
They should probably go to a cantina.
I hope they do go to a cantina. I'd be all for that.
They should.
I'd like to see some of my old pals. We kind of got a cantina in episode 7. Maz's place was kind of their cantina. And they kind of said, I watched the deleted scenes on the DVD for episode 7 already, and J.J. Abrams was saying, we can't like go back to the cantina, but it wouldn't feel right if we didn't kind of have a kind of cantina.
Well,
so
every place needs a good watering hole.
That is true. Yes. And it was nice because it made it, because like the prequels with going back to Tatooine and there's Jabba's palace and all that, just Tatooine sort of started feeling like the Playboy Mansion where anyone has been there, when they had already established that Tatooine was like the ass end of the universe and nobody goes there. But then in all the prequels, it's like, okay, hey, look, there's Bill Cosby, there's, Robert Culp. There's
Bill Cosby and Robert Culp.
There's Obi-Wan. Well, they went to the Playboy Mansion a lot, like James Caan. I'm just,
Wow.
I'm just saying. So Rogue One coming this December. Do you have any other questions? Or did I cover everything in my spew?
My main question is just you.
Why do I know all this?
Like...
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, but you just know so much, like, stuff that doesn't feel important to know in life. Like, not just Star Wars stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about music lyrics from a song you heard once. Well, the other day...
We don't have to tell this story.
From a used car company or an insurance company from his hometown that he heard on a commercial when he was 6.
It was the original ATM jingle.
Why do you know that?
I just do.
Ugh.
But that's what she.
Are there more of you out there? Is he an anomaly, or is there a culture?
Let us know. Do you have questions from episode? Do you have questions from Rogue One, or is there someone in your life with a head full of weird, worthless knowledge that frustrates you?
Let's connect.
You gonna start a support group?
I'm gonna start a Facebook page.
Wow. All right. So there you have it. Abby has questions. Episode 3, Star Wars Rogue One, coming in December. Can't wait.
I can't either.